this started because when our brothers and sisters decided to live their African way of life, traditional way of life, and to shun the system and the cutthroat rat race way of life, they were seen as mad. They were seen as mad because the people in the Caribbean were brainwashed into thinking that anything black, anything African is negative, is bad. You need to move away from that. You need to aim to be white. So as a set that was really reveling in their blackness and Africanness, they were outcast. They were actually called black art people. When I grew up, that's what Rastas were known as when I was a child, black art man. And you were told that they take children away and they cut out their belly and they eat them. And so the Rasta people were the bogeymen of the Caribbean, based on colonialism, based on the fact that the white man had the upper hand and put it into the people that being black is a punishment, being Rasta is a worse punishment, because you're actually not moving away from the blackness, you're embracing it. So because that's the starting point, over time people have kind of got to understand who we are and learned and have become wiser, but that is still there in a lot of people's psyche. When they were being beaten and punished in the most awful ways to forget their names and to forget where they come from and not to speak in their mother tongue, they wouldn't have dared to believe that all these generations later, we're saying Africa, we're dressing like Africans, we love our African jewelry, our African art and craft, and we have African names even, you know. So what we look like and how we live is actually a confirmation of their success, their longevity, which is where the problem comes in. So when you decide to live this livity, it's like you're taking on this extra thing, because it's one thing already that you're black, but now you're saying not only am I black, but I'm reveling in this blackness, you know, in your face, slave master. And I'll tell you something else that I find very important and very telling: the fact that Rasta has taken root in Africa as well. They've seen how their brothers and sisters in the West have evolved as Rastafari people, and they've taken it on as well. You don't have the African cultures where locks are spiritual anyway. Children who are born with locks, their mom and dads are not allowed to cut it. They're dadas, they're spiritual. So you already have that connection with the locks and the spirituality. So many African youths, elders and middle-aged people have decided to take on the Rasta livity, that it's again another confirmation of that success. It's like us Rastas out here in the West have closed the circle, because they took us, they tried to beat the Africanness out of us, and here we are actually influencing our brothers and sisters on the continent about their livity. Again, Sister Stella is very modest, but I'll tell you about her as well. Sister Stella started a project in Shashamane with the Shashamane youths about making things and reasoning at the same time and getting to understand each other whilst you're making things. And then she would sell the products, beads, art and other types of jewelry, etc., and put a portion back into their community and a portion to keep the project going. What's it called again, Sister Stella? So that connection, you know, us as Rastas, we're just reconnecting, and the works don't just stop here in the UK, it goes on in Africa as well, you know.